So hey everybody. So today we have the Nets vs Sixers preview, the first preseason game for both the Nets and the Sixers. This should be a fun one. Ben Simmons making his debut against, ironically, the Philadelphia 76ers. This game will be in Barclays Center. So I'm just going over a preview of what to expect, what to look out for this game. So the first thing I'm looking out for is the starting lineup. What's that starting lineup going to be? Is it going to be Royce starting? Or is it going to be Joe starting? In my opinion, I believe Roy should start. He's a really good defender, can guard bigger wings. He can also shoot the ball. Obviously, Joe is a better shooter. He's a movement shooter, while Royce is more of a standstill guy. He's one of those guys that usually only shoots when he's wide open, which is no problem with that. But I just believe Royce brings an element to this team that caters to everybody. I want to establish a defensive culture, and if you're going to do that, you need guys that can defend. And we have Ben. We know KD can defend as well. Even Kyrie, when he's locked in, he can defend. We know Claxton, a great switch defender, and has shown an ability to protect the rim. So I believe having Royce there, it takes also pressure off Kevin because he doesn't have to guard even the second best player. You could put Ben on somebody, and then you can put KD on somebody else, and KD could be more of a help side guy and takes the load off of him on defense because last year there were times where KD was guarding everybody. Like KD, there was times where he was guarding Embiid. There was times where he had to guard Giannis. There was times where he was guarding Trae Young. Like that's a lot of pressure for a guy that's 34. So we gotta limit the load for him, especially defensively, and with guys like Royce and Ben, that should help them. So I hope Royce starts. If Joe starts, that's good too because we know how great Joe is. He's gonna fit really well with Ben Simmons, especially transitioning, getting those easy buckets and easy 3 pointers. The next thing I'm looking out for is the rotations. How is the rotation going to look? So starters, if it's Joe or Royce, let's just say one of them. Those are the six guys, for sure. Where it is, Ben, Kyrie, Joe or Royce, that's four, and then you have KD and Clax, that's six. We brought back Patty, so he's gonna get minutes. That's the seventh guy. Seth and TJ won't be playing this game. Hopefully, Seth is back by the last preseason game. And yeah, other than that, you don't have too many sure things after those, seven. Well, obviously it will be nine once you add Seth and TJ, but those are the seven guys for sure are going to get minutes. You also have Markieff Morris, who we signed kind of late in the process, but I like what he brings just from interviews. He said the Nets were soft while he's on the Nets, so you know that he wants to bring that intensity. So even if he gives you 10 spot minutes where he's bringing that intensity, that could help a lot. Nash said he sees him as a five, so maybe him and Dayron can split. We'll see. But it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Um, Also, another thing to look out for is do any of the second year guys get any playing time? So we have Cam Thomas, Summer League MVP, not this year, but the year before that. And was great in the Summer League this year as well, almost averaging 30 points a game. We know he could put the ball in the bucket. And I liked what I saw in Summer League from a playmaking standpoint. He showed the willingness to pass, but he also showed him being able to score the ball. Now, what he does need to work on is his ability to shoot the three ball. I know at LSU he was a 40% catch and shoot 3-point shooter, so it's weird how it hasn't translated yet, but I think that's the next step because if he can shoot at an adequate level from the three, then sky's the limit for him. He's going to be a huge piece in this rotation, but that's the biggest factor for him. We know defensively he's not really going to be that guy on defense, but we know as far as scoring the ball, that's a trait that he has and can bring to the table. But we already have scoring, so can he be a catch and shoot guy? Can he play off of KD? Can he play off of Kyrie? It's yet to be determined. And then you got guys like Kessler Edwards in the playoffs did not look good at all. He had a huge rookie slump. When it comes to finishing at the rim, he struggles. Um, but he does have defensive prowess. I always look back at the Chicago game. He did a masterful job on both Levine and DeRozan. So he has potential. And again, he's not a necessity for us. He's more of a luxury. So whatever he can give us this year will be good. And then we have Dayron, who could be the backup center. We don't know yet. Again, it could be between him and Markeith battling out for the backup. Markeith being a small ball five. But we'll see from Dayron. I like what I saw in summer league. We know his rebounding trait is just amazing. We know he's a great rebounder. But can he do the other little things? In summer league, he looked good and usually with summer league centers specifically, they usually struggle. It's just not a game. It's more catered to guards like Cam Thomas who can score and put the ball in the bucket. But he looked good, so I want to see how he looks in this game, even if it's like even 10 minutes to see how he does in pick and roll coverage, if he can finish, and see how the three ball looks. I'm not sure how well he shot in summer league. I think he made a three or two from what I remember, but if he can shoot the ball at a decent rate, even if it's from the mid range or the corner, that will be huge for him. I think that's how he gets on the floor. And then we have Yuta, just signed last month. Last year he had a 26 point, 13 rebound game. So he has talent. He was on the Net Summer League, I believe, in 2018. So bounced around for a while. He was on the Raptors last couple years. Most famously known for Anthony Edwards dunking on him, being the dunk of the year. But he's a good defender. He shot 40% from three on a low volume in 2020. I believe he shot 34% last year. So he can shoot the three ball at a fairly decent clip, about league average. If he can do that and defend, that's huge because, again, last year we needed bigger bodies. We had guys like Seth Curry on Jaylen Brown. Like, you're not going to win a championship doing that. So we needed to be bigger, and I believe Yuta is an interesting piece. I believe he makes the team, and we'll see where he goes from there. And then lastly, I'm looking for Alondes Williams. Does he show any promise? Summer league he struggled a little bit. He's a good defender. He can finish at the rim. Another guy that is gonna come down to the jump shot because as a guard, if you're not shooting, you better be really good at everything else. Again, a guy like Ben Simmons, while he can't shoot, he does everything else, and people still question him. So a guy like Alondes, who's 6'5", what can translate to the NBA? How are you going to get on the floor? How are you going to be productive and get spot minutes? And that's the preview. And make sure to like and subscribe. And have a good day.